The first step in our equation is to generate leads. Right? First step. I'm going to give you some tips. Remember, find, contact, engage, qualify. Find, contact, engage, qualify. What's the first step, John? All right. What's the second step, Aurora? Contact. Michael, what's the third step? Engage. Fourth step? Qualify. All right. Now, does everyone know the difference in these terms? Now, I'm going to go through them, but is there anyone that's unclear about what these terms mean? Find, contact, engage, qualify. And this is prospecting, right? First challenge. How many of you know what the right prospect is? And Mark spoke eloquently about this. How many of you know who your right prospect is? Right? You know, I participate in a lot of network marketing. And, you know, we get up and we say our 1-minute, speech, right? And how many of you have heard someone to say that, well, my prospect is anyone who has money, right? Anyone who has money, that's my prospect, right? But that is way too vague. Why is that way too vague? Because I'm going to go back here, right? If you don't know what you're looking for, will you ever find it? Will you ever find it? No.
Well, Jessica said yes, by the way.
Well, Jessica and I are going to have a fight after this.
You go to places you've never been to before.
But even if you go to places that you've never been to, right? If you don't know who your target market is, how will you know when they're standing you in the face? Or how will you know if you're in front of somebody and they want to occupy 30 to 40 minutes of your time that they're not someone that you should be spending that much time with? How do you know that? If you don't have a clear definition of who your target market is, right? Is there certain demographics, right? Do they live in a certain zip code? Are they of a certain age? Are they a certain ethnic group, right? The number one rule in marketing, I don't care whether you're doing prospect or promoting, is to know who your target market is. Know who your prospect is. Know what they look like. Know what they smell like, right? Know what they sound like. You need to know that. First tip, if you don't know who your prospect is, what they look like, you should be doing that. That should be your first goal, okay? My second tip is to develop a hit list. Now, this is not a mercenary list, right? Does anyone know what I mean when I say develop a hit list? Jeff knows about that. What is a hit list, Jeff?
It's a list it's a list of people that have the characteristics that you link with the best.
How many of you have a hit list? How many of you know that in any given year that this is a list of the number of people that I want to do business with? How many of you have that? Okay. If you don't have that, then I would suggest you to get that. Now, there are many ways you can get a hit list, right? You can buy a list from a list broker. You can generate it yourself by searching Google. Or you can even go to the yellow pages if you want, right? But you should have a targeted list of people that you want to be doing business with. Because why? Because then you're going to want to be able to make a list of all the places that they may be or that they will go, right? If I know that my target market goes to Bonds every Friday at 5 o'clock, where do you think I'm going to be? Okay. If I know that my target market goes to Win Networking in Silver Lake, where am I going to be? So I need to know where my target market is, where they go to, what are they frequent, so I can make my plans of what I'm going to be prospecting today. If you're not doing that, if you're just getting up and saying, well, I think I'm going to do some prospecting today. I'm just going to go down the street. I don't even know if my prospect is there. I'm just going to show up anyway. Right? Congratulations on the effort, but the likelihood is that you're going to come back empty-handed, right? So make a list of where they go and make a list of all the events that they will attend. Right? To Mark's point, Mark's target market is, I think he said office managers, right? He knows that the office managers go to a certain event every year, and this is a big event. Should you not want to be at that big event? Right? So, but if you don't know these things, you cannot plan your your prospecting plan effectively, right? And again, prospecting is only necessary if you don't have a flood of people come knocking on your door. If you do have that, then we need to learn from you. Okay? But the reality is most small businesses do not have enough opportunities to close. So therefore, prospecting is key.